has got the facts for you. EX the storyteller, bringing the spark. No one does it better. EX, you've heard the rest, but she's the best. Yeah, she's the best. Oh, from ancient tales to modern schemes, unraveling truths and chasing dreams.
Hi, good morning. I figured you were about, trying to get ready. Um, Me and my son slept, so we should be good to go for later. We're about to have our breakfast. Thank you. What time are you heading out? Oh, too much noise. Okay. I remember those days. Oh, you want to be out by 11? I'm trying to get my son to leave early. He's like, I want to sleep. Oh, to beat the traffic. Are we taking the train down? It's on Amsterdam, right? What stop on the train? My son knows the train like the back of his hand, but I can't stand the train. But I'm coming. One 25th, 116th. Okay. Yeah, 116th. 125th sound like it's gonna be a headache. I haven't been to Harlem in years. I think the last time I've been to Harlem, I was going to get my hair braided. There was a good live on, Leo had a good live yesterday. There was a man there, he was saying a lot. Sounds like he's really tapped in. However, some of his beliefs, like those who left before emancipation, sounded like he kind of wanted to put them on with reparations. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Then there was another lady who, a young lady, I don't know if she was Caribbean, like born and raised Caribbean, or if she did a genealogy and found out she had a Caribbean ancestor. I'm not playing with them people. And I think that we muddy the water for ourselves. Now, the Nova Scotians ain't never piped up and said anything as far as being on with our reparations. Let's not go extending the olive branch. Because the way that I see it is that out of everybody, I would say the Nova Scotians are us, but still, the Nova Scotian. I think that we have to worry about those who stayed, the descendants of those who stayed, and our ancestors even went through Reconstruction. Now, once you pass Reconstruction era, that's when you start getting into Jim Crow and around the 1900s when they started migrating here. And as we see from New York's reparations meeting, that ain't cool because they want to be coming up talking about, You know the mess they be saying. Did you see the last meeting in Ithaca when they said, what stuck out to me was the black Puerto Rican. We know Puerto Ricans just got on the whole Afro-Latino thing. And when to imply that you're black or a black Puerto Rican, I'm thinking you have a black American parent. So we're not gonna play that game, right? Because New York, not New York, but all the damn Puerto Ricans is here. That's why I said New York. Um, America, America actually annexed Puerto Rico and after their enslavement era, and enslavement on their island was abolished in 1873. We ain't do that harm to them people. If they feel they have faced injustices here or have a grievance with our government, they have a whole congressional Hispanic caucus that fights for those things. There's no need to come to us because we can't go to ESL classes with you guys. Nor does the Congressional Hispanic Caucus say they fight for Black Americans, right? Their mission statement is they fight for Latino rights, Hispanic rights, or whatever the verbiage they use. But no way, shape, form, or fashion do they advocate for Black Americans. And I think we need to keep that as it is. The Congressional Hispanic Caucus should be able to actually, petition CARICOM because technically they are the Caribbean, or fight Spain themselves. I don't understand why people don't go after their own government that either enslaved them, allowed slavery within its borders, some way, some fashion, but everybody's doing too much. And I find Black Americans, like us, regular Black Americans, we pretty much, oh, you going for reparations? Oh, you going for rights? Oh, okay, you got CARICOM. Until recently, where it's like, hold up now, y'all doing too much. Because they're imposing on us. That sucks, right? Because they actually delineated first. It's just that we're vocal. We're gonna shake some stuff up. It's just a selfishness of everybody else. To me, it's selfishness. It's greed. It's a form of survival mode. But then asking us to be their allies when they know collectively they're not our allies. But anyway, we celebrating us today. Dang. I saw a post, I think it's on Twitter, and they have the World WARs in there. I gotta see what it's about. And in reference to our parade, like honoring those who fought in 2 specific WARs. So I just feel like I'm on information overload. And every time I say I'm gonna have a pen, an outline, and talk, it don't work. I don't never make the outline, y'all. I'm better with freestyling, but then when I need specifics, like the exact WARs, so where's my history buffs? They probably know what I'm referencing. Thank you, son. Thank you, I'll take it. Thank you. Yeah. Good morning, Isaac. Trying to give people a little time to come into the room. It's probably going to be a quick 30-minute live. Just so I can relax for a little while. I got my rest. Then I've been up knocking out some to-do things that I had on my list for a while. I think that kind of stresses me out too when I don't clear my to-do list. But it's Sunday. People are probably getting ready for church or whatever happenings they got going on. Yeah. I don't want to be chewing in your ear So I'm gonna go on mute for a while and just see if anybody else comes in the room. But DW, I'm definitely gonna be at the parade. Hopefully I can run into you. Are you bringing your kids and stuff too? Mine's are grown. I could imagine bringing your babies out there, even though some people do it. Exactly, and I don't blame you. Right. And Melrose was talking about the porta potty situations, that they don't really have porta potties, or they have one, whereas other parades have numerous, if not mistaken. So Keisha had gave us the contact information to the board, probably one or two, okay, to the board of the parade, so that we could start sending them correspondence about name change, vendors, and some other things. I know I met a young lady from Philly. I knew her for a while on this app. She's very tapped into New York. Tells me what businesses are FBA as far as soul food, stuff like that. She wanted to come down, but she forgot she had picked up more hours, right? And she didn't want to miss the bus. Like, she literally loves New York. She was going to take the bus to just come take part in the parade. So that got me to thinking, when things get situated and more people start wanting to come or show interest in coming, about chartering buses for the northern states. I know we ain't gonna charter nothing for the South, but that would be cool. So that way, those who live out of state, they don't have to worry about it. Carpooling, things like that. Hey,
Hey, good morning. How you
good
doing?
morning. Okay, how are you?
I'm all right. Everything is all right. Yeah. So I just want to quickly say this because I can't stay on that long because my house is like really noisy. These kids get on my nerves. But good morning. Peace and blessings. I hope I'm able to meet with you.
Peace and blessings.
I'm going to try to get there a little bit early because I want to check out the scene. I want to scoop around and figure out the best place for me to be at. Because I was walking in the parade like back to back. So yeah, I know the politicians going to be out there first. Vanessa Gibson and all of them. They're going to be making their way through the parade first, and then that's when they have everything. Like the bands and dances and stuff like that. So
You know what delineation is.
yeah, and hopefully Mayor Eric Adams, his ass probably be out there out shopping, them folks. So, yeah, I'm gonna try to get there to early because I want to beat traffic. That's another thing. I want to beat the traffic because it's going to get heavy like within the afternoon, like around 3 o'clock. And sometimes the buses or trains may switch up at the last minute because that's what happened to me last year. I had to end up taking I was on a train and I had to get off and transfer to the bus, and I ended up just fucking walking. So yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Okay, thank you, y'all. Toy and delineationist. Okay, I didn't even think about the politician. I don't want to see him. I don't need to see the politician. Are they gonna answer my letters when I email them?
We
No.
ran Eric Adams off the block. Was
For
it
real?
last year? 2 years ago? Yeah, we ran him off the block. He was speed walking because Melrose had his whole DJ equipment out there, so we was pretty much hanging with him most of the time. but he's not going to set up this year. He said he's not going to set up his tent and DJ, whatever, because we was right near a church. So we
Okay.
saw Eric Adams walking by, and he was like, when you going to, Melrose is so funny. He was like, when you going to stop these illegals? And, he blasted him on the speaker. It was so funny. And man, Eric Adams kept speed walking like he ain't see us. That shit was so funny.
Somebody gotta ask him. I think he's very out of touch with grassroots. I saw him. It was like a conference. I want to say a town hall, but it was a meeting, and there was an advocate there saying that New York was giving out a lot of money. Good morning, Dred. You could request up if you want. Saying that New York is giving a lot of money to the illegals through HRA, right? But there's an issue with residents like us who've been here all our life or damn near all our life. HRA wasn't approving anything for them. Good morning, Easy Does It. And what they would do was say, well, you didn't turn in your documentation. So the issue was, is there a problem with HRA? And Eric Adams and his little commissioners that was in the background were saying, no, there's no problem. Everything's running smoothly. And the advocate was like, excuse me. And she had like a list. So, and that's true. Like people weren't getting like emergency rental assistance. I'm talking about recently honoring thy ancestors. I mean, with this height, when Biden and Kamala was in office. I mean, that period, like not, because you've been out of New York for a while, correct? Okay, no problem, Dred. So they've been doing stuff like that. Like giving the immigrants, you saw the receipt, and I see Africans protesting, talking about their kids don't like the shelter food. I said, if they don't eat that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the selfishness of them. And the lady could hardly speak English. I didn't understand a word she said, but guess what I understood? Like African Americans. Like if everybody don't hop off our, stop using us for your struggle, please. Like, leave Black Americans alone. I think that's what makes us mad when people assume they are an expert on us. They ain't no expert on us. They don't have the time, nowhere near the time that our ancestors had here or we had here. Because we are, descended from our ancestors. But everybody wants to say they deserve to be like or be treated like or to have like the African Americans. It's always the African Americans. And I'm like, y'all shouldn't even fix y'all. Y'all should say like the Puerto Ricans. They came after us. They got their own citizenship. They got different things that they are allowed to get and stuff. But they fought, to me, they the ones that fought for the right for these other people to wave their flags. Because I know Puerto Ricans, that's one of the things they say. At one point in time, they couldn't wave their flag. That's why if you're like in the South Bronx, every other house is going to have a flag. Any house that a Puerto Rican is in, they're going to have a flag. Even the white tea ones who are married to like actual white tea people, they're going to have that Puerto Rican flag along with the American flag to represent the other European partner. I just don't get them. Good morning, honoring thy ancestors.
Morning. How you doing? Great energy. That's what I say. Great energy.
Great energy. I like that.
Yes, 2008. 2008 was a rough year for me. Like it
Good
was.
morning,
Oh my
Andre.
God. Yeah. Oh, I went down to HRA, and that lady told me, that immigrant looked at my face and said, "You have a degree and you born here." She said to me. She said, "You'll be fine." She said, "You'll find a job. I can't approve you." And I walked out with tears in my eyes. But guess what? The next week I wound up getting a good job out in the Bronx, working with a foster care agency, what my degree, does. But yeah, that's what that lady told me. You was born right. But I didn't think that I was supposed to take that to. I remember my
Thank you,
homegirl said
Andre.
this. Anytime you're being denied like that, you're supposed to go to your local Congress person And I'm like, but what they do? She said they supposed to handle all of that. You're supposed to give their name or whatever, whatever, whatever. But that lady looked me in the face and said that you born here, you got a degree, you'll be fine. I can't approve this. Look. So, and that was in 2008.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
It is
know.
so cute.
The questions and stuff that they ask, I don't even want to go through HRA. Like,
Yeah.
so the last time I had to apply for something, I was 39. I'm 50, right? They asked me, do you know who your father is? I'm a 39-year-old woman with teenage children. Why the fuck would you ask me if I knew? Am I supposed to go to my father at 39 years old?
Mm.
I don't know. It's just a
You know
getting
what? They
process.
probably wanted. They probably wanted to see if was he on child support or something like
My
that, or
father? No, my
yeah.
father.
I
At
don't know. That's
39,
weird.
he ain't on no child support at 39. But okay, so they do ask a question, do you have like a family that could help you or something, somebody who
Yes.
could, right. So then if you ask that question, why would you ask if I know who my father is? And I do know who my father is. It's just the point of you asking people at 39 years old.
Mm.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, those agencies are they're very degrading. I try to stay far away from those agencies. They're very degrading.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm a serial entrepreneur. I make things happen.
right. I do want some food stamps though, but they ain't giving enough to the regular people.
You know what, too? Let me tell you what. Let me tell you what.
Mommy, can you buy yourself a birthday?
No, I can't. I'm not buying you that.
No,
No,
no.
don't stay out of my Amazon cart. Sorry. My Amazon cart. What I noticed in the Bronx when I used to work at the foster care agency, right?
Mhm.
I used to be a recruiter, a HR recruiter, and a recruiter for foster parents. I used to go to all those food pantries recruiting people for foster parents. They used to give out some good food at that in the Bronx, like steak and seafood. Do
But
they still
in the
do that in the
pantry,
pantry?
was it a church?
Yeah.
Was it a
It was
church?
like church pantries in the Bronx. Yeah.
Because only one that I know of, and that's down by Patterson houses, Mott Haven, Mitchell, like Cypress area, Brook Avenue,
Hmm.
St. Anne's, Willis Avenue.
Hmm.
Yeah, that church was very good. Like the services, good morning, Nikki A. The services are very good, and it was one of the only pantries that I knew gave out meat. But that I don't know all the pantries in the Bronx. So that's the one that I did know. And to me that was like unfamiliar with somebody
Mm.
giving us meat.
Oh, they used to do it up for the people in the Bronx.
And it wasn't a
Brooklyn.
holiday.
No, it was just pantry. Well, I used to just go out there. I used to be available in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not buying that. No, no more toys. No, I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, later. I'll buy it later. Okay. Um. Yeah. So I was able to be out in the morning and do things that people who was working weren't able to see. So
Mhm.
in the Bronx, they have a lot of resources more than Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And that's what I loved about the Bronx. Yeah, you can get all kind of help. They's like, oh, well, you can't come this fiscal for the client. They can come next fiscal, quarterly.
Mhm.
So they always help the people in the Bronx, unlike Brooklyn.
But where in the Bronx was the one with the meat?
Oh, I'm not sure. I left out of there a long time ago, but I used to be all over, like Webster Avenue.
Okay.
I was like South Bronx. I was all over, but I can't remember.
Right,
That
the
was like
church I'm
back.
talking about is in the South Bronx. That's Mott Haven, Patterson, down that way.
Okay.
I forgot the name of
Okay.
the church though. Um, but to get to the shelter system, you have to come through the Bronx, right? They'll place you in any borough. However, it's only one way in the shelter system,
Through the
and it's through
Bronx.
the
Yep.
Bronx. So maybe that's why we have a lot of resources. Also, there's a lot of
Ooh.
Latinos here. Like if every time I had a problem with my landlord and I looked for my representative, They would
Bless
be
you.
Latino, and I think Latinos are very active in the government as far as
Yes.
getting stuff established. I'm not going to put down the people from the Black Americans that did it, but I'm just saying everywhere I lived, it's always been the Latinos, so
Hmm.
they get active.
Yeah.
The church is a Black American church. It's not apostolic; it's Baptist. So we do have we have a mix here, and all of them be. But you'll find the Puerto Ricans be the ones mainly getting the benefits.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Hmm.
And so just maybe a year ago, my neighbor knocked on my door. She was like, "Look, come with me up the block. All the Puerto Ricans are online. I'm telling my people, come over here and get this free stuff because they're going to get it anyway. You got to get it too." I'm like, she said, "We never get on these lines. You get on these lines and you get some stuff too." Yup. When our elders, she was like, they always on these lines. Yeah. That's one thing about them. But yeah, HRA, I don't know. The process is degrading. It is what it is. If you could stomach it, or it's an emergency. Now, an emergency, I'm gonna go in because I ain't being homeless again. I face homelessness too. Um, and there ain't no place for nobody. I'm grown. I don't do much, but I don't need a curfew because you say so, sir, ma'am. Who are you? Um, But yeah, so Adams. That's why we started talking about the system and stuff. Adams will lie to us because I watched him lie, knowing the truth. And then when the advocate stood up, I was like, "Yes, good job, advocate. Good job." So I don't know. Speaking of which, though, Aisha may be busy. What are we thinking about New York politicians in the run for mayor's office? I'm not voting for Ma'am Donnie. I'm actually non-party. Some Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, are telling me if I have to vote for Adams again, vote for the lineage, because Ma'am Donnie is a foreigner, who appropriated the term African American, and I'm just looking at them both like, I don't know. New York City's gonna be hard.
I say Adams because in real life,
Hmm.
he's cool in real life. He is.
He is.
He is. He just got to play the role.
Okay.
Yeah, he just got to play the role. But in real life, he's for us. I say Adams.
What makes you say he's for us? The way he
Because
came back.
well, how many people on this live? I can't really talk too much, but I got a girlfriend that she worked with him directly, and he's that dude. Like seriously.
Is he of the lineage?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Hey, KLS. Because I'd be looking at him and Johnson, the one from Chicago, like, y'all gotta have, like, immigrant lovers or y'all are
They gotta, they
immigrants.
gotta,
Y'all
they
got.
gotta play the roles because of the small hat people,
Oh.
Yeah, they gotta pay the role, and then you close that door, you just let loose.
Hmm. I don't know. What do you think about the ICE situation? I don't think
Um,
they in New York enough.
well, here's the thing. They coming. They coming. They
I
coming.
believe so too. Because
They
Trump is
coming.
a New Yorker.
They coming. Yep, they coming. But the ICE situation, I mean, like I was saying, is very spiritual. People have to go back to their homeland. They have to go back to fix it up. Listen, I'm gonna have to go back to my place of origin where my family's from, North Carolina. I hated North Carolina, but guess
Really?
what? It's calling me.
Hmm.
It's calling me. So everybody's gonna have to go back where they're originally from.
So you know what they say, right?
Hmm.
The soil calls you home.
Yes.
And I think that's why we're more apt to migrate back to the South. To me, I think the people who are Black American of the lineage, that Africa resonates with them, then maybe that's because their ancestors,
Yes.
are
I was
calling them
saying
home.
that to myself. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So I got
Hmm.
a question. Do you think Africa owes us reparations even if we don't want to participate in the back to home or return to home or whatever it is they have going on in the continent?
Well, here's the thing. Yes and no, because I know when I trace my roots back, I didn't find any African people. You know, I remember I told you my family's they from the UK, so America owes me. But what about the ones who family did come here from Africa? They should get paid, you know. But I can't say that I need to get paid because I haven't found any African people on those trees.
Oh, that's nice. At least you're
Yeah.
not them.
I'm a fair person, yeah. So, I can't, say that. And I hear a lot of Africans, they're like, come to America, come to Africa, sis, you will love it, blah, 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 blah. I'm a hoodoo practitioner, like I tell them. I have to stay here because I call upon my ancestors. I don't know those ancestors who lived in Africa thousands of years ago. I can't call on them. I need to call on my ancestors here in America, and I'm gonna have to go to the graveyards where they was buried and get some of that dirt and conjure up some stuff. I can't do that in Africa.
I'm back here laughing. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. I think that for me, I don't want to go back. And even though I was Afrocentric as a teen, I didn't never if I left America, it was to go to an island. It was never to go back to Africa. Did I want to visit? Yes. However, in light of how they act, we do have some reports. It's not massive, but one report is one report too much, where a lady who actually went over to help, I believe, children was unalived.
Yes. Yes.
I'm not going over there for that. And
This man. Uh-huh.
when I first got on this app and seen the Pan Africans and Black Americans, when I used to give it a chance and try to sit in a room with them, Black Americans was like, if we migrate to Africa, we deserve our own town. Do you know? I don't know if they thought all the Black Americans left the room, but before they thought all the Black Americans left the room, they was like, no, y'all can't have your own town. And then when they thought all the Black Americans had left the room and some of us was in the hallway, they was like, we could never let them have their own town. Like real sneaky. Like I was like, what the hell is this? What am I listening to?
Well, let me just tell you this. What I was gonna say, Lord, I thought, what the hell? What's going on in my memory?
I go through that too.
What is going on? Oh, this man on YouTube. So a man on YouTube, he lives in Africa right now. What he do is he report news from Africa. I think he's Black American and then maybe like half and half on his parents. And he says, sisters, you going out here to Africa looking for love and these men don't love you. You going out there with all your military benefits. You retired in your early 30s and 40s with your pension. These men never saw this kind of money before. So they don't love you. They want your benefits and they're going to unalive you out here. It is not, because he was talking about the different murders that was going on to these Black American
Oh,
women.
you can't say that word. That's
Oh,
saying
I'm sorry.
underline.
Oh my God.
I know.
Unalive. Okay.
I
I'm so
know.
sorry. I'm
It's
sorry, Lord.
elementary, but it's okay. It's okay.
Okay. Yeah, he said, they being unalive, you going out there looking for love. They don't love you. They just want what you have. And then once they unalive you here, once you get married, something about you get married. Listen, they marry you in America, then you go back there, they unalive you, then they could come back and they can be what do a man be I know a woman is a widow. What is a man?
A widower.
A widower. Okay, a widower. Yeah, they come back and be a widower and listen, it was some wild stuff he was talking about. I was like, wow, this is crazy. But let me tell you, I remember, are you familiar with Brooklyn?
Somewhat.
Okay.
I know Miller Ave, right? Because my family used to live out there. I used to
I
live
know people
on
in Miller Ave in your
Putnam,
family.
Jefferson. My family are the Bells and Olds.
But Miller and what?
Now I don't know. That's too much. I was a little girl. Miller.
Okay.
And then my aunt lives in Sheepshead Bay, but she's a Bell. So all my
I think I know
family
who the
from
Bells
Brooklyn
are.
are
Yeah,
Bells.
I think, wait, hold on. I think Stevie's name was Bell. We went to elementary school together. And it was a bunch of them
I got
that lived on Miller.
So my mother
Yeah.
has 10. Well, she has 9 siblings. She makes 10. So there was Patsy, Cookie, Teresa, David.
Wait, Pepsi was light skinned?
Mm-hmm.
I know Pepsi.
Patsy, not Pepsi.
Oh, Pepsi. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but yeah, they the Bells.
Yeah, and it was a lot of them. It was a big family, and they lived in a
Mhm.
building.
No, my grandmother owned the house, but so I'm related to two different Bells, right? Because Bell, if you're from like the South, that's a common last name. At least I think. I meet a lot of Bells from my family.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
one is my step family and one is my blood family, right?
Okay.
So my step family comes from Virginia and then my blood family comes from North Carolina. They're both Bells.
Okay. My family's from Virginia too, in North
Yeah.
Carolina. Okay.
Hmm. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep.
Okay.
But we don't do step in our family. If you really tapped in with the people, that's your family. You know, I say this my cousin. I don't say this my step cousin. Like that don't make sense. But yeah. So go ahead. Brooklyn.
I said
So I know some parts like
I was
Gates
getting to a
Avenue.
point.
Huh?
I said I was getting to a point. The reason why I said you from Brook. What was I talking about? I done forgot that quick. I gotta take my vitamins.
Two old women up here trying to have a conversation. Both our memories ain't
I
sharp.
gotta take my. I gotta. I gotta take. What was I saying?
Don't get me the lion.
What was I saying? Call. What is that? Call to the hearts. What was I going?
she busy. Her house is
Oh, okay.
noisy. She up here and she gonna pipe in a minute. So let me see what we discussed. We could discuss the HRA. We discussed the shelter system. Oh, she went on mute. See, on pause.
Oh,
Yeah, and then what I said about Brooklyn.
I was trying to tell you something about Brooklyn.
We used to live in Brooklyn. Donovan, where we used to live in Brooklyn. Putnam, Gates,
Okay, Best
Jefferson.
Buy. Okay.
Yeah. Church Ave. Yeah.
Church Ave. Okay.
Yeah, we used to live all over Brooklyn, all over Harlem. Well, no, not all over Harlem. We used to live in El Barrio, 104 in Harlem. I lived in every borough except for Staten Island.
You want McDonald's pancakes? They think they're supposed to get a toy every day from McDonald's.
Thanks for the likes.
Everywhere. This is ridiculous.
But the Bronx is home, and then Brooklyn is my second favorite borough.
I could never get with the Bronx. Okay, I'm going. I could never go downstairs with Daddy. I could never get with the Bronx. I remember people were leaving in the 80s, Brooklyn in droves. They was going to the Bronx because Bronx, had the cheaper rent. And they was telling my mother, you can get a 3-bedroom duplex. That was the first time I ever saw a duplex apartment in the Bronx. 4-bedroom, upstairs, downstairs. I was like, what? And they were going up there. My mother said, I'm not going to the Bronx. I'm stay right here in Brooklyn.
That's funny. We both don't know what the point was of bringing up Brooklyn, but
I know, right? You want pancakes?
mhm.
No, they don't have Happy Meals in the morning. It's the morning.
The Bronx is holding on from being gentrified, but we're slipping away. They got a ferry over in the Bronx where I grew up in Soundview area that connects to Manhattan. All these years and they never had a ferry. And so when we moved to Beach, I moved to Beach Avenue in 1980 with my parents, of course. So all those years until I realized they had a ferry would have been 2019. So all those years they ain't have no ferry, no nothing. Now they putting a ferry in the Bronx. I hear there's talks of a Metro North coming. And this is the one thing me and Puerto Ricans may have in common or could unite on. We fighting gentrification. And when
I know that's
everybody's
right.
and when everybody's getting on the Bronx in the comment section, we be fighting for our life, boy. We be up there swinging. Um, but other than that, I'm not used to all of this. Like, who started dividing the boroughs? I don't know, cause I could be in a chat, right, and there'll be like outsiders from New York, and I don't expect to get thrown under the bus by my New Yorkers. I'd be like, y'all don't know how to be on code, God damn it. Like, damn, New York got so many issues, so many people coming for us. The Bronx don't need to be singled out. Brooklyn don't need to be singled out. Queens, they known as I think Queens, they're known as being bougie. But Brooklyn and Bronx, boy, we known for tussling. I think that the way they talk about the Bronx now is how we used to talk about Brooklyn. Like
Yeah.
I literally have friends that be like, "You where you going?" And me, I would go to any borough except for Staten Island because I have friends everywhere. You could find me in Jersey.
Mhm.
So if my friend, my best friend, was at her grandmother's house in Queens, I'm on the train. I'm taking that long ass train ride, taking a dollar van or whatever, to get to her grandmother's house, just to spend some hours with her. So I wasn't the one to be like, I ain't going to Brooklyn. I ain't going to Queens. I'm just not that type of person. Now I am because I'm older and I'm just like, I think I done wore myself out. I'm tired. I did a lot of traveling in New York without a car. So a lot of people now talk about the Bronx like they used to talk about Brooklyn. So my friends be like, "Where you going?" I'm going to Brooklyn to see such and such, or I'm going to Brooklyn to see my cousin. Oh, well, don't call me if you get in trouble out in Brooklyn. I said, "What is this? I thought you was a fighter." But now they talking about the Bronx like that, and I'm like, really? The Bronx?
But the
Really?
Bronx, but the Bronx always had a bad rep though, even when I was a kid.
Really? That's new to
Mhm.
me. But go ahead. I'm listening.
Yeah, it had a, like I was trying to tell you, my mother, everybody was leaving Brooklyn going to the Bronx because the apartments was cheaper. And my mother said, I ain't raising my daughter in the Bronx. Y'all can go ahead. I don't give a damn if the rent was $2. I'm not going up there. And she sure didn't. And everybody was leaving. They was getting them duplex apartments. And they was going up there, you know? Actually, I lost contact with a lot of them, but I just started finding some of them on Facebook. But I really haven't been on Facebook in a long time. So I never really looked on their pages and see what they life, like whatever became of them leaving Brooklyn and going to the Bronx. Like I think about them sometimes, like whatever happened to them. Yeah.
It's nothing like reuniting with your childhood friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then
Hmm.
seeing they doing good, you be like, dog, you doing good.
Some of my childhood friends that moved to the South are millionaires now. I be like,
Yeah, but you could become a millionaire in the South.
they
Yes,
be
you
like, why you still in New York? I don't
can.
know.
Listen, I've been trying to get my mother to come
Mhm.
for the last, but she do not want to come. But the other day she said, hey, I think I'm gonna come live with you. So you gotta help. I said, well, Ma, you gotta just wait because I'm gonna need about 10, 15 grand that I gotta take from my savings to help you move. Just let me sort out some things first. Cause she said she wanna leave in October. I said, don't give up your apartment. Your apartment is worth so much money. And people want that apartment. Don't just close that apartment down. Because once they close that apartment down, that apartment gonna go for $3,500.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
It is.
she want to come down here. She ready.
Yeah, I think we already I've been saying lately,
Mm-hmm.
too much diversity is not good.
Mm-hmm.
For me, like I never lived on a block without a Puerto Rican living on the same block. However, the way that I'm seeing New York and the way they are counseling these immigrants, and it's just not the same. And when I wanted to join a sorority
Mm-hmm.
after graduation, right? Because I got my degrees when I was older. Good morning, Trelando. And you could join a sorority. A sorority. I'm gonna make up something called a sorority or whatever the hell I'm saying. So I wanted to join a sorority for the sisterhood. Every other name, it was like Ramirez this, Alvarez that, this and that. So I'm looking for the dynamics that the South would give me where it would only be our people. Well, not only, because, they down in the South too. But it would be our people more so. than another demographic. Because when I'm saying, hey, sis, what's up? I'm talking to my people. I don't want nobody else joining it. Talking, hey, sis, don't call me sis, right? Because to me, sis is a word, right? And some Black Americans don't like the word sis. But for me, because they say Black women don't have sisterhood, if I call you sis, that's personal. That means, I'm really vibing with you. And I can only do
Yep.
that with my people. And if
Yep.
you look at the studies and where they say Black children, especially Black boys, learn better from Black men in school settings, like people that look like them and stuff, I think that's what I
Yeah.
need at this time. I'm tired of the politically correct and what irks me now about the foreigners is I don't care if your family migrated here and you was born here, you're not from here. So if I'm talking about the old days or how New York is, or even if my Philly sister is telling me, Philly FBA sister is telling me how Philly is at this time, I don't want to hear an accent talking about, yeah, man, yeah, like, bitch, what? No, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about our childhood games that we invented to keep ourselves busy. How our elders told us, don't you run in and out this house. How, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear an accent attached to it anymore. I'm tired of everybody, y'all. I just want to be around my people for a while, listening to our music. Some people be like, you're xenophobic, you're hateful. No, I'm missing my people. Duh. But yeah, everybody got all quiet. Why you go on mute? Oh.
No, the phone. I'm having bad service. So
Oh. Oh.
but
Are you in Florida? Oh yeah, it's choppy. You're driving.
Georgia.
Hi, Chris.
No, I'm not. I'm in
Oh,
Georgia. But the reason why I had left New York because I didn't feel no connection anymore in New York.
yeah.
And you would do good in Georgia because everybody is like they're trying to do, reparations, political, the, the ball rolling.
Yeah, well, I
You
lived
would do
in
well
Georgia
out
in
here.
2016, but what I did, because I was giving all my money. Huh? Yeah, you're kind of breaking up. You gotta get to a good spot. Yeah. So hopefully y'all can hear me. But I lived in Georgia in 2016. Because my landlord was basically a slumlord. I just picked up and moved to the first place that accepted me in Decatur. Um, and then I got homesick because I ain't go down there with no
Mm,
type of car. I do have family in Georgia, but I'm like funny and they like fun. I'm not even gonna say that they're funny. I don't want to burden my family with me and my child. Like it just didn't. So I kind of was like down there. I would call or say hi and stuff, but I didn't make no real effort to go impose on them. Um,
mm.
yeah, and I didn't really see too much Southern hospitality because when they hear that we're from New York, now I understand why someone tell me, no, we closed, don't come down here, because some Southerners do tell us that. But if our people are migrating down there with certain other people, because we have some by ethnic marriages, households and stuff, they probably was getting frustrated because for some reason, and Georgia isn't typically the New York migration pattern, right? It's primarily the
Oh, it is. There's a
Carolinas.
lot of New Yorkers here, but let me just, it's like I was just telling my cousin, it's like a high school reunion. They even have Queen's Day down here.
I don't
They have a
get it.
Queen's Day. They have a Queen, but there's a lot of New Yorkers down here. But let me just tell you something.
Hmm.
A lot of my Caribbean friends are down here and they can't find jobs. And they were like, AJ, why I can't find a job? What's going on? The Southerners don't like us because we Caribbean. I said, no, the Southerners don't like Northerners. I said, so you coming down here with that accent, whatever, New York, you get a job, in a New York minute. But here, No, you have to be a part of something. You have to be a part of a group or something like that. You know, you get what I'm saying? So it was hard for them to find jobs. So a lot of them went back to Florida and a lot of them went back to New York. And also, too, you have to start your own business. This is not a state where, oh, I'm getting a job. I'm going to get a job. No, you have to start your own business. And you start your own business, you become a millionaire overnight. You will.
Mm-hmm.
You will
'Cause
become a
I have a
millionaire overnight.
Caribbean friend down there, but she joined I think maybe it's a lot, and she moved down there. She moved from the islands to like New Orleans, then she moved to Georgia. But she seems to be doing good in Georgia because she joined the sorority.
You have to, I'm telling
She
you, you
looks
have to
so
join
good. She looks
something.
so happy. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to join. So you have to be a part of something. You know, you just can't be like, I'm looking for it. No, you have to know somebody who knows somebody to know somebody.
Right.
You know, I'm talking about for them good jobs. You know, like for instance, my girlfriend, she just bought a house down here. She moved from Staten Island to here. So she's
Mm.
getting ready to get a good job because she knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody. You
Let me
know,
see who
so
I know. Look, who I know. But no, the career path I want to go into, I need to be in Georgia because that's what Georgia or Detroit. And Detroit is colder than New York,
it's
from what I hear.
cold. It's
I ain't going to
cold.
Detroit, but I want to transition from writing to film. And in New
Mm.
York, I ain't making the connections here.
And
Everybody
Tyler
be like,
Perry got
"BX, I'ma help you," and then they
no,
don't
Tyler
come
Perry got a
back.
studio right over here, right up the block, and it's
Yeah.
real easy to get in touch with him. He's very personable,
Mm.
very personable. Don't listen to any of those things you see in the paper or whatever. On Shade Room, I mean, Monique got her little thing with him, but he's very personable.
Well, I don't follow the shade room because they are immigrants and they don't talk bad about their homeland, but they sure got a lot to say about our people. So I don't follow like the shade room. Every now and then I might find out what's going on with neighborhood talk because somebody I follow share their posts. But for the most part, we're like divesting from the shade room
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
from what's that, baddies?
Baddies.
Yeah, yeah. That used to be my guilty pleasure. But
Okay.
when they pulled out that colorism card, what they did, light skin versus dark skin and all, I
What
was
is
like, you
it?
know what? I'm over this. I'm over y'all.
My guilty
Eh,
card is loving hip hop.
Oh, okay.
I like loving hip hop
Yeah.
and married to medicine.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Then they was doing, oh, yeah, Zeus. I stopped
Zeus.
watching them baddies. That's what I'm thinking about. I stopped watching them because of that whole Gretchen thing. So I was like, Puerto Ricans just do that anywhere they at, huh? Because she's from Florida.
Mm.
Talking about she could say the N word and she could do this and do that. I was like, they ain't give her a real good beat down, like a New York beat down when something get
All
broke,
right.
you know?
Yup. New York beat down. Punk's supposed to get beat down.
Right. So what I'm saying is, I know we can't gatekeep the word, but there's cultural boundaries, right? So if your Black American friend that I don't know tells you you could say the N word, they should also tell you, but that's only around me because if you say it around the wrong person,
Yup.
you won't have to fight. So
Yup.
I think that, but on their part, what is so hard about saying I won't say the word around you? Like that's a cultural boundary. Like why you can't respect each individual person's cultural boundary? That'd be the dumb shit for me. And that's why I'd be like, collectively, we don't have nobody with us. Because they fight harder to say the N word than they fight to go fix that island, right? Because they don't want to be a state.
Hmm.
So we could talk about that. They want all the benefits without being a state. And then they come here, pushed into our neighborhoods, and then want to say the N word too. I mean, like,
But
god
you know what?
damn.
The Puerto Ricans I grew up with, I don't never remember them using that N word back in the 90s.
Exactly.
They never said that. Like this is different. I don't know.
But you know what I'm thinking? I used to have talks with my Puerto Rican friends, like,
Mm.
they would ask me, what do you want to be called, African American or Black? We used to have talks like that because that's when African American was really making its rounds. And then Hispanic versus Latinos. And I was thinking Hispanic was like a derogatory term. So I would ask them. They taught me about the history of enslavement on the island of Puerto Rico. And I got Puerto Rican family, but I was talking to my friends more than the family. So it's like, I don't get it. And then I did ask them about the N word, and they was like, "My mother raised me better than that, or my parents raised me better than that." One or two say, "Look, my grandmother is like just as dark as you," and they be real white looking, but they always had that black looking granny, right? But I think, but they also still had a connection to the island of Puerto Rico. Like one lady, and she looked pure Indian. She really did. So when they say Tainos are going, I'll be like, y'all not in the South Bronx, because I think I be seeing Tainos walking around. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. She still has a connection to the island where she go live there for 6 months and then bring her ass back to the Bronx, or however long she would live on the island. So maybe there's a difference in just the New York Ricans who never go to visit the island from the ones who do keep that connection to their homeland. Maybe there's a difference. But then you know what I started thinking too, AJ, or honoring, because
Yeah, AJ. Yeah. That's from AJ.
the way that the kids or the younger generation who raised them. So was my friends always lying to me? Because if they raise their children, why their children run around here telling us they created hip hop and that they could say the N word and that who gonna do anything about it? We got to look at who raised them.
Well, you know what happened too? They never got their ass. Thank you, thank you. They never got their ass beat. That's what happened. They never got that. These new New Yorkers, these immigrants, they never experienced a beat down, like stomped in the face, tooth knocked out, hair pulled out, dragged, right or wrong, street fighting. That's what we used to do back in the day. We used to be
Yeah, I
street
haven't seen
fighters.
too many
So if
street
they would
fights
experience
lately.
a street fighting, they would never use the N word. Cause I remember them Spanish boys. They used to always be fighting with the black boys, just doing street fighting. So that that's another reason why they never called us the N word. So they didn't experience that. Even my son, I got a 20-year-old kid. He never experienced getting his ass beat. He never experienced me giving him a beating. He never even got a beating. So that's the problem. They never got their ass whooped. I know it sound crazy. Sometimes I know she like violence is not the answer, but sometimes it is.
No. It don't sound crazy because I just said, they ain't never get a New
Yeah.
York beat down about the baddies shit. It
Yeah.
don't sound crazy. I think two things could be true.
Yeah.
Because if they saying the N word in the street, they got to be saying it in the house.
Yeah, in the
I
house.
don't think the kids have any respect. But they say it more than we say it. Like my son, my children, because I do have a daughter too. Two of them don't ever say the N word. They don't. But my oldest son, he only say it when he mad. But him and his friends, they be like, "What up, bro? What up, my guy?" or whatever the term is. They don't really say the N word either. It be these other people walking down the block on the phone, "My nigga this, my nigga that." And I be like, "What's they talking?" That's crazy. But even people who migrate here, like us, who migrated, this is a lady who migrated from Cali and she's indigenous, right? And so she said she's starting to realize that they say it more than foundational Black Americans do. And I'm like, I'm glad somebody came here and they
Yeah.
see what I be talking about. Because I feel like I'm outnumbered on these apps. I be telling the real aspect of from the past, like my generation, to present day what I see. Now I just don't even talk about the inter community issues, more so what they're doing in the government. So that way people could just shut up and focus on something other than hip hop and whatever else is going on.
I get it. But yeah, my son don't use that N word, and he's 20. He don't. My son is very. Huh?
So my son, he just got frustrated because he heard me talking. He said he was on 125th and he heard an Indian say the N word, and he turned around and said, "Who the hell's saying the N word?" And so as he was going to walk, he was thinking about walking over to them. He's like, "Damn, this 125th with the cop." So that's too much.
And another thing too,
I don't know what y'all.
we had brothers that used to check one another. You'll check a African or whatever. Like, excuse, what are you doing? Like, what's up? So we had those type of men, back then, stuff like that. And I remember I was just talking about you to one of my girlfriends. I was like, girls, this lady named DX, she on this app, she is doggone passionate talking about you not gonna race me. You're not gonna race me. She was like, well, next time she come on, send me the live and share me because I want to hear her. She said, I
Yeah,
want to hear her.
we have to be mindful how we talk or speak about New York. Like, what I don't like is when creators do think pieces because we went viral for somebody going against FBA code, right? Or calling out FBA for whatever. And they be like, see, New York FBA ain't even in there, living there no more. That's a form of erasure because that it doesn't call into like the reparationists that we have here, the activists that we have here. The fact that I think when I say, because there's always one, I ain't gonna say his name or whatever, and I really be seeing New York FBA in his chat like we still here, and he still continues with his erasure theory, and I be like, pull us in, talk to us, don't just you got to really talk to the New Yorkers who are still here. Hello, Kiki. Because and especially the ones who are doing the work. So the one who goes to like every reparations hearing, has meetings, asking people to push legislation for us. These folks are still here. These folks are boots on the ground. These folks are hosting virtual meetings. And I think it's a disjustice to say New York FBA isn't here because then what are the people that I know for a fact are doing the work? Like, why would you diminish them like that? At least say, look, well, so when I tell people is there's an agenda going on in New York, it's a lot of people who locked us out of government. They are not our people. They're practicing group economics in our people. So these are the calls to action. Please participate. So if you want to do a think piece about New York, just talk about the erasure we are facing, but we're still here, and these are the calls to action. Like, I mean, I don't understand what's so hard about it, but to just ignore us when New York is really on your post saying, we're here, it's not like that, this is what's going it's frustrating. And so I get mad when I hear certain things, and I'll just leave or I'll shut down because it's like, I can't fight everybody, but I'm very passionate about New York. I think there's a dark cloud over New York since the immigrant invasion sanctuary city stuff. I think they're embarrassing us, right? I think New York FBA has a right to be proud of New York because we built the culture of New York. I don't think the immigrants who migrated here 300 years after New York FBA was documented as being here should be saying half the things they say. And then they be lying a lot on this app. But I think because it is technically where hip hop was popularized and was able to be commercialized, it's birthed in the way that we see it today. No, regardless to where the elements come from, they think that gives them some standing. And the fact that Herc is considered the godfather of hip hop, however, that's all they lean on to. They don't lean on to when he said it was already going on. He just came and nobody wanted to hear the music. So technically, he ain't the creator or founder of anything. You understand? That was New York FBA, and his mentors are FBA. But because they're immigrants and they want to, I don't know, feel good about themselves or have some leverage in New York, they use New York as a talking point. But I've been telling them lately, y'all are embarrassing us. Like you don't really get it or you don't see it. I don't think they have any bragging rights to New York. Not the way they doing it. Labor Day. We do know A. Philip Randolph and the Pullman Porters are the reason that Black people, if we got to go racially, can be in a union. These people migrate here, and it's like I watched the Caribbean American in Brooklyn give the history of Labor Day from his perspective. He didn't mention A. Philip Randolph. He didn't mention the Pullman Porters. He mentioned a Caribbean person. Okay. I think that all roads lead to FBA, especially in New York, and you do everybody a disjustice or a misjustice, whatever the word is, when you fail to mention FBA. right? Because you could spotlight yours, but you gotta acknowledge the ones who actually paved the way for that
Yes.
Caribbean to be able to and take it a step further. They're just not doing that, and that to me is another form of erasure. So I do get upset. I do get
Yeah.
exhausted because I love New York. I do want to go home to the South, but I feel like my purpose isn't served here yet. And once the decision for reparations comes down, then I can make my decision from there. My kids aren't going to the South. I'm basically going to the South by myself, but I want to make sure New York is going to be fair to them because despite being half Caribbean, they are going to be seen, they are documented as foundational Black Americans. That's how they get treated
Mm-hmm.
because I raised them.
Mm-hmm.
So I just kind of want to leave New York where I feel that I did everything that I could do. And then I'll go to the South and I'm going to retire because I got asthma. I want to walk on the grass and in the soil, and I don't want to do it in New York soil. Mm-mm. My whole
Girl,
this
come out here and
lady,
get some of this fresh living, girl.
yes, that's what I want. This
That's what
lady
I
was
told my
like,
mother.
buy the
Uh-huh.
soil, walk on
Mm-hmm.
the soil that you buy. I'm like, okay, I'll try it, but I don't know if it's gonna have the same effect. Hey, Queen Afro, but that's where I'm at with New York. I love New York. I ain't giving it up. And I want these people to stop lying on New York that we're so unified and talk about the segregation, the way everybody came and locked us out of stuff, and how every time you contract so much as an artist to do an art piece, you are taking away from a foundational Black American who does art. Why weren't they commissioned first? Because the art piece they had in 42nd Street, that was horrible. Every Black American was like, we don't like that statue. And it wasn't the weight or anything like that. It was the style. New Yorkers are known for style and fashion. We have New York Fashion Week. And that's who you put, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. 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 For my mother to be 77 years old, that lady is fly. You hear me? I'll be like,
Yeah.
Mom,
I made her son.
where you
Uh-huh.
going?
Mom, there's no pancakes. But
I do know one thing though. They did get a wake up call when the changes to the 2030 census came out, and they saw Nigeria, they saw Haiti, they saw Jamaica, and they saw African Americans standing on its own. And since they were able to see their country or the other box after it, if you don't see your ethnic group listed, you can write it in this box. It was sobering to some of the New Yorkers. Nothing much. Up here gossiping about New York. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can y'all tap the screen for me, please?
You know, I could never know how to tap the doggone screen. What the hell? How you?
Just hey Jesse James, just go, like, see where the prompt is.
Uh-huh.
Just my picture right there. Just tap on that, and it should send some likes. Just
Yeah,
tap
thank
real
you.
fast. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I tapped it. Hold on. I
You
always try
just
to
gotta
tap.
tap the screen of your phone.
I tapped it. Some other things came.
Okay, well, tap up. Do you see a space in between, let's say, where my name is in the prompt should be like a black space? Just tap the black space. That shouldn't interrupt anything, and you should be able to tap it.
Mommy.
Hmm.
Yeah, the immigrant lives. I could go in there for a minute, and then I gotta go. I wound up blocking someone today. I think I've been in her room once, and then I went in there because I seen Halo was in the room, and I'm asking what is the host because the immigrants were doing too much. Um, they were really off the hook, and it's men coming at Halo, and I'm like, why are these punks arguing with her? You know, Africans, right? And some of the stuff they were saying was degrading, and Halo gonna give as good as they try to give her, but still, to me, it was like they doing too much. And then I was like, what is the host? Is the host, um, what is the host? And somebody said African American. I said African American. Okay, thank you. Block. Because I think she's one of the African Americans who are actually African immigrants who think they should say they African American. At least to me, that's the way she looks. But hey, I
I
ain't
don't
doing genealogy.
I don't even go on those lies because I was on it last week. They vexed my spirit so bad that I couldn't even practice my money ritual I was supposed to do. I was supposed to do a money ritual for like 24 hours. I couldn't even do it because they vexed my spirit so bad.
Right.
They was talking about New York don't have any sundown towns because it's not written in law. Sundown towns don't exist because it's not in law. Oh my God. Ugh, that
That's
just, yeah, I was like, no, I'm not doing this with these people no more. Let's just say you want yeah.
But even when we're just talking about us, right? I guess a lot of people I have blocked so they won't come in. Every now and then want to slip through the cracks. Like the other day I told this Haitian, I was like, I don't know what you requesting up for. My room is an echo chamber and we're speaking about I think it was reparations. I said, we're speaking about reparations. That don't concern you, sir. Like you're not getting on this panel. Um all he could do was sit in the chat and kind of look at me or scroll on. But I think we all need a room where we just come and vent or give updates and go about our business. But I could, because I'm out for a lot of pages, as y'all know, right? So we'll be in there. The prompt don't say FBA. The prompt don't say African or Caribbean or whatever. Here come an immigrant. Here they come, putting themselves in the mix. And then turn around and say we got main character syndrome. No, y'all gave us main character syndrome. Because honestly, I think Americans, we do be in a bubble, especially me. I be like, I don't know about none of that. The only thing I know about is when there's a conflict going on, and I be like, America, please don't get involved. Please, America, mind your business. But America don't listen to me. So I think for the most part, even when they're here, I kind of mind my business. Like I see the things that they get and stuff like that, and I say, okay, that's cool. Yeah, get whatever. But now I'm like, hold up, this ain't fair because I realize they've been doing a lot of locking us out and not advocating for us, even though we had a hand in voting them in.
Listen, when I lived down in Florida, Fort Lauderdale, we were locked out of Fort Lauderdale. Yes, that was an experience like no other. But it was paradise because I lived by the beach. So I
Hmm.
had no care in the world. I was in my own world.
Right. I don't know, but yeah. So hopefully, because I had an appointment in February to go look at an apartment. It looked nice in Georgia too, and it was a duplex, of course. So but then shit got twisted, and I'm like everything just took a hit, and I was like, dang. So I'm like, I gotta have a purpose in New York. So I think this is my purpose. What it is that I'm doing now, speaking out about the conditions here and connecting with the people who are reparationists here and stuff like that. And then my children are working, so I don't have to really worry about leaving and they're not working. Even though they're grown, I am like their backbone. So, I
That's true.
think pretty soon. I'm hoping for the next 2 years, but then I realized, you know what I realized? I can't plan nothing. Cause when I plan something, it go left. So I'm the type that gotta just be spontaneous with it. So I plan to get to the South within the next 2 years. It's a long time coming.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm planning. I'm working on a lavender farm. That's my dream. That's my goal. I'm gonna create a lavender farm and make lavender soaps and lavender essential oil. So that's
Okay.
one of my businesses that I'm gonna create next year.
Oh, next year.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
That's
cool.
good. Because we support black businesses here. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean foundational black businesses now, because you know they co-opt the black buy black owned movement. They do. It's, ugh. But yeah. So, and you know who else we gotta worry about? The white tea people that will pose as a black business, because that there was a lot of that going on during the first wave. Yeah. And also, I hear a young child in your background. If you
Sorry.
buy books, no, I'm giving you. So
Oh,
if you buy books based off of, melanin, right?
yes.
Embracing their melanin, embracing their kinky coils. You got to really investigate because some of them authors be white tea
I
cosplayers
noticed that
too.
on Amazon because
Yes.
I'm a book lover. Yes, I'm like, what is going on? What I do is I take their name and I search it on Instagram, and I'm
Hmm.
like, oh Lord. Or I might follow them on Amazon, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
do books over here.
Yes. Okay, so I don't know if you read urban fiction, but I am an urban fiction author, and my current series is "Loving on a New York Hustler" by author Empress Simone.
Mm.
So it's a three-book series, and I'm almost finished the spinoff. And then I'm gonna jump into historical fiction, my first time ever, but I'm confident enough to try my hand in that, and I want to put that in a black publisher, which is Black Star Media. Delineationist gave us the name yesterday. So that's what I'm working on, and you'll be working. Do you have a name for your lavender business?
Well, I have a whole lot of different businesses, but I don't have a name for lavender business. Yeah, I'm trying to think if I should incorporate it with ancestral healing, with boho studios. I'm trying to figure it out. But I'm a professional vendor, so what I do is I go out mostly big events, so I vend a lot. So that's how I make a lot of my money off of doing different vending, selling my products that I make, my hoodoo
Beep, beep.
products.
Okay, so tell us what kind of, because I do put some of my lives on YouTube. I'm just starting my YouTube channel. So tell us about some of your businesses and how people can contact you.
Well, they can contact me here on TikTok. I have my phone number on here, or go into Magic is Within You. That's another business that I have where I do spiritual services. Also, I'm a day trader. When the kids are in school, I day trade. So I used to teach people about crypto and everything, but I don't really have time for that because the little ones. So those are I'm pretty much working right now, the two businesses I'm working right now. But not like I said, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm always coming up with different businesses or just selling it. After when I came with the idea, package it up, I sell it too.
Okay, and say your name because on TikTok, I don't believe that. Well, yeah, just say your name in case they don't see your name on the
Oh,
YouTube
AJ.
video.
Oh, AJ.
The name of, no,
Oh,
your TikTok page name.
ancestral healing. Oh, they changed. Yeah, it was called ancestral healing. They
But
changed
it
it
says,
to
okay,
Amazon
let me tell you what
ancestry.
I see. I see honoring thy ancestors.
Yeah, I don't know what happened because remember it was ancestral, and I clicked on something, and then boom, honoring our ancestors came up. So yeah, in another 30 days, I can change it. I can fix it. Yeah.
Okay, so for now, to whoever who comes across this video, you can contact Honoring Thy Ancestors for spiritual works or to ask her about her numerous other services. So now I want to see if DW, are you here? Do you know of any Black American-owned businesses that you would like to shout out at this time?
Um, my cousin, she owns like cosmetic handmade jewelry, but she's on the Afrocentric aesthetic. So she's
Okay.
on that. I wouldn't call her a Pan Africanist, but she's been making those type of jewelries for like years. So her name is Miki's Den. You can support her. She has like really nice jewelry, like really nice handmade crafted jewelry. She sells like men beards, what you call it? Them sprays, or how to maintain beards and stuff, lotions, handmade lotion creams, all organic, natural, organic ingredients. She did like a pop-up shop not too long ago. but she does that, you know. You could pull. She got her Instagram page on IG. It's called Miki's Den. That's my cousin. She of
Spell
the lineage.
Mickey.
M
Spell.
E MEEK DEN. So it's Miki's Den. So she's of the lineage, okay, but she just sells like Afrocentric shit. So
Okay.
she's been doing this for a long time. I ain't gonna tell her to stop. It works for her. So you know. But
Right.
I wouldn't call her Afro, you know, I wouldn't call her Pan Africanist or anything like that. But that's the type of shit she be on. Cause I got some jewelry myself. So I ain't gonna hold you. But yeah, you know, just to support my cousin and everything. But that's pretty much it. That's the only as far as Black American owned business. Oh, continue to support Black Athletics. Melvin Shaw's daughter. She's collaborated with him and they sell like the flags, the merchandise, the t-shirts, you know, instead of everybody just keep going on Amazon. Because I was telling people to go on Amazon at the last minute because they're like, yo, where you get the flag from? I said, well, if it's a last minute purchase, because I think it's too late and you want to wear it to the parade, then you go on Amazon. But don't do that, you know. Try to order it ahead of time and support those individuals. Support what's his name? Black American Merch. He also sells active wear and the flags and everything. He sells like the slides. I'm gonna get me the slides to the June 10th flag. Those are cute. He got like a dress too. I gotta ask him if that's still available because I was thinking about purchasing the June 10th dress and wear it for today. But I changed my mind. I was like, all right, you know. But that's the only thing I could think of as far as business wise, Black American owned. Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'm about to shut it down. Also, if you want to know more about delineating, Delineationology, the Science of Delineating by Roland Dunham, Dunham. You could follow his page on TikTok. It's called Delineationist. And you could order the book directly from him. He does have a degree in investigation, so
I
he
bought
knows
his
his
book.
stuff.
I bought
I'm
his book.
just giving shout outs. You
Yeah,
ordered it?
I ordered. I bought it. I downloaded his book. Yes, I just bought it the other
Ah,
day.
look, see?
Yeah,
Thank you for
but
supporting.
they was coming at the brother on a live. I said, "What the hell are
Why?
they doing that to my damn brother for?"
Why? Who was coming after him?
Some
Immigrants?
lady, they was coming after him saying he's a which I don't feel like he's that. They say he's a male chauvinist.
Uh,
Yeah, but the brother's cool. The brother's cool.
right,
The
right.
brother's cool. Yeah, I'm gonna
Um,
read his book tonight.
yeah. So I have a copy of the book too. I gotta dig in, and start reading. Today I'm gonna pop up and pop out and
Yeah,
go get the energy from the people.
yeah.
I ain't gonna give the time that I'm going out. People be like, "Oh, we could go beat up BX." Now let me stop.
Thanks. What is going on? Like, it's a lot of men DM me talking about, oh, give me your number. I'm gonna be at the parade. I've been getting that all
Let
last
me tell
night.
you
I'm
something.
like, what the
These men are thirsty. They on this panel tearing us up, but then they in our
hell?
inbox trying to holler at us.
No, it's this
Mhm.
old man. I
Yeah.
think he's like 60, he look about 70 years old, talk about here's my number. I'm gonna be at the parade. I'm like, come on, man.
I'm coming with my son. He'll be like, keep it moving. He's very respectable, but he tell everybody, I don't care what y'all do, just don't touch my mom. You
I know
know?
that's right.
Yeah, my youngest son. I don't know what my older children
Ain't
is.
nobody doing nothing to us in real life. Come on now.
I know, I know. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna be out there. I bought my FBA gear from Afro Elite. You could go to his YouTube channel. He sells gear. He does not sell flags or the accessories because I do want the necklace. So I wasn't able to get that. But if you want like mugs, I think he has a teddy bear and then the rest are like, jogging suits, hoodies, and t-shirts. You
Oh, the
can
parade
go
is
there.
today, right?
Yeah.
My mom used to bring me up there when I was a kid.
Yeah. In Harlem.
Yeah, she used to bring me up there when I was a kid.
So I think those are all the black owned businesses I'm gonna shout out now. Black Star Media, that's a publishing company. Then my book is
Ooh.
on Amazon. Author Empress Simone, and the current release is Loving on the New York Hustler. It's a 3-book series, an ebook and paperback, and the spinoff is coming soon, hopefully by the end of the year. But
Oh,
I'm very
BX, you
tired
want to
of
hear
it.
something? I'm sorry to cut you off. You want to hear something that's funny?
Yeah.
Because speaking of the flags, right? Because and it's gonna be expected, but you're gonna see a lot of RBG flags. The red, black, green, and what of the color. That's been going on for years, decades. So it's gonna take time for people to adapt to the new flag.
Right.
Or even go back to embracing the red, white, and blue. You know what I'm saying? Thanks to social media and TikTok and I feel like we're gonna get a lot of people showing up with the Black American Heritage flag. I'm optimistic because I told you it was one year. Now I don't like to brag, but it was one year, 2023. I was the only one out there with the Black American Heritage flag.
I saw your
People looking at
video.
me like, "What the hell's flag is this?" Like, I'm like, "Yo, this is our flag." I didn't know that. I'm like,
Right.
"Yeah," but the thing about it is that they don't have vendors out there. The vendors that they do have run independently. It's not with collab with the parade. So that's another reason why people didn't see those Black American Heritage flag because they not of the lineage. So don't get tempted. I'm not saying you in particular, but anybody that's listening that will attend to the parade, do not support them because they not of the lineage and they selling fucking flags.
Oh.
Yeah, they not
Ooh.
us. They are foreigners, I should say. Don't support their shit.
Oh
So
wow.
you got to be independent. So maybe next year I probably might buy from a wholesale and buy a whole bunch of flags. That's what I was trying to do for today. I was gonna
Hmm.
buy from a wholesale that sells the flags and just give them out in the fucking crowd. So that way we could even this shit out with the RBG shit. That
Right.
was my initial goal. But
Yeah,
yeah,
all you got to do is go on Alibaba and buy the flag. Those flags cost about $1.
Really?
Yeah, go on Alibaba.com.
Now, so listen, Aisha, do you remember that I told you we're called, like they have Chicago Mississippians, there are New York Marys. I can't find the New York Mary, so I designed a flag for New York Mary, and I'm gonna send it to you.
Who name is Aisha?
Call the Hearts.
That's my name too. That's what you said, Aisha. I said, oh shoot, she know my name.
No,
My name.
we twins. How you spell your name? Don't tell me you put an E in your name.
No, AISHA.
Thank you. Oh, no, people put an E in their name. That's
Yeah.
Aisha.
Oh,
Goddamn.
Y. They put a Y. They put a Y. AYISHA.
oh wow. So I'm gonna send you the flag that I designed for New York.
Okay.
Do me a favor, ladies. Put your email in my inbox when we
Okay.
log off, and I'll get it to you by Tuesday at the latest. Because I don't know how I'm gonna feel when I get back from this parade. I'll probably just cook and lay down. I still want to finish up the last chapters of this
They say
spinoff.
I can't send you no messages.
Oh, because I gotta follow you back. Hold on,
Oh, okay.
let me make sure. Yeah, you can try now.
Okay, hold on.
Thank you for gifting. Thank you for all the likes, y'all. My page is private. I'm thinking about getting a public page for the people who, for some reason, after I come off panels, I never see them in the chat, but I be having at least 5 requests, and I'm leery about accepting people and they don't interact in the chat. So maybe if I get another page that's public, they could be happy with whatever's going on that public page, which won't be nothing much, but some reposts. Were you able to send your
Yeah, I
email?
sent it. I sent it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna read
So
that
yeah.
brother book. I'm gonna read his book tonight because I bought it the other day. I
Okay.
like support. Yeah, and also put your book too. I like supporting, Black. I love reading.
Okay.
These badass kids. Let
Okay.
me get off this damn thing.
Yeah. Thank you for joining. I
All right, no
enjoyed
problem.
our little gossip
Yup.
session. I'm
Okay,
a
same
title the
here.
gossip session too.
Okay, can't wait to
Yeah.
see you, BX.
Yup. I'll see you there. Oh
Okay, take care.
no! Don't tell me where you're gonna be on public, because then you'll have them old men that been giving their phone numbers out.
Oh Lord.
But you can tell me where you are. Like, just send me a message when you get to where you are, and then me and my son will try and make our way over there. But I'm definitely coming to the parade. But depending on how many people, I'm gonna definitely make my way to you.
All right, cool.
Yeah. All right then, love, peace, reparations. I love y'all for real, my foundational Black Americans. Peace. Aw, bye, Fresh. I'm just logging off. I'm gonna have to catch you in D or Misbehavin's live.